Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Arm Wrestling tonight. This is Hollywood mate Connelly with that double biceps. It's in the contract. It's a legal requirement every single time we appear on camera. We are appearing on camera right now with the man to my left, could be to your right, depending on what side of the screen you are looking at. It is the co-host, the co-founder, the co-breather of air, the co-wearer of clothes. It is none other than the master of disaster, the king of sting, the count of Monte Cristo. It is Thunderlips, the ultimate male. It is your friend and mine. It is the winner of the Dave Stockbridge of the Year award, the illustrious award held by the illustrious man with the illustrious beard. It is none other than Dave Stockbridge.
Well, we're very, very lucky to have on screen another man with a very illustrious beard here. He is Mario Tambakis, Super Mario's, in fact. Welcome to the podcast. You're a big, big part of our upcoming event, Last Man Standing. Mario, making your way over from Sydney. What do you know about the event? What have you been able to do to better prepare for the event? And what are your thoughts going into the event?
Thanks for having me on, guys. And thanks for inviting me as well. I appreciate it. Uh, Thoughts going into the event. Now, you just got to look at it like this. It's not a standard tournament, and we got to classify it as an endurance event. So the way I'm training now, especially coming out of an injury that happened over the top, I tore my extensor tendon in my pinky. So I was in a cast for 8 weeks. So in that period of time, I couldn't do much, I'd say, like arm wrestling specifics. However, I did a lot of cardio, just a lot of volume weight training, whatever I could do, essentially. So I prepared myself for like an endurance event as like an endurance athlete. So I've kept my heart rate at a very high rate for over 2 hours in a standard gym session. Just very normal stuff like that, just to accommodate the amount of work I'll be doing during this hour-long event. So,
When I
that's
was a
pretty much it.
when I was a young man in my prime, I found that I could take a few weeks off of training and then return, and within a week or so, kind of be
It's
back where I
lost
was
everything.
and lost everything. Exactly, but be back to where I was pretty quickly. Have you found that to be the case as you return back to strength training?
Yeah, I would say so. I thought I would have lost a bit of strength in that period of time, but I seem to have kept up in the 90th percentile. So I'm
Hmm.
not exactly hitting my best ever all-time max effort lifts. However, I'm really freaking close, even
Hmm.
with that time off. So I was actually really surprised because I only just started this week.
Right.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. And for those people that are watching at home who don't know, our upcoming event is now less than 2 weeks away. So Mario has had that significant layoff. And in an endurance event like this, it might well be to your advantage, because I know that those other big names that we see on the screen right now have been absolutely grinding it out in the gym. Some of them have been setting PBs, and maybe that wear and tear that you endure when in the gym and lifting heavy, and those little micro tears can easily turn into injuries or niggles that bring you concern, especially in an event like this that is 60 minutes on the table. It seems like maybe, although not your planned preparation, it's been for the very best.
Yeah, it feels that way because after over the top, I did have a little bit of a ligament issue in my elbow. Um, Nothing serious, just needed time off, and I was literally had forced time off, so it worked out for the better, in my
And
opinion.
and and tell us about Over the Top. You had a fantastic performance there. You were also officiating, so it was a massive day,
Yeah.
both on the table, performing, and also uh, keeping a keen eye on the other competitors. How was the whole experience for you?
That was awesome. Look, we did the first one as well. I wasn't officiating then. However, like in terms of how much better it was from the first event, it was amazing. And having Devin there and the whole family was awesome as well. But it was the production that really like took it to a whole nother level. It was
Hmm.
amazing. So like even if I was officiating pretty much like 70% of the time until the finals, until like the open class tournament. Then I ducked away for a little bit, had a bit of a sleep, fucking changed, and then came back. But so I did have a little bit of a break, so I can't say I was, in too much of a predicament in terms of energy levels, but you know, still, I still did have a bit of fatigue from the hands because you're just sitting there controlling everybody
Yeah.
through those setups. So I don't know. I don't know. To me, it's whatever. Really, it doesn't matter. You turn up to a tournament, the result is the result, regardless of what happens. So no excuses.
We saw you. I was going to say we saw you do a tremendous job with the Over the Top 2 tournament, and you're coming in second place and beating the previous year's champion in Lachlan Adair, which I've got right here. Actually, I'll bring that up because we can have a good look at this. Just mute that one there. But so I think there was already a couple of restarts here. And you've really put the wear and tear on Lachlan's bicep here, and surging again and again and again. And what were you thinking at this point, that you were going to get through, or that he was going to be able to hold?
All I was trying to focus on was just turning his pronator further and further. I was turning his palm up further and further up that entire time. Those surges had like an intention. And as I was surging, I was also dragging in. I knew I couldn't just force it through. I'd have to work. And once I realized that, I'm like, yeah, this is probably going to fuck me for the rest of the tournament. But hey, honestly, after I came off that table with the loss, and look, it sucked, but it is what it is. You got to just accept it. My hand was blown up for about a solid minute, and then it just vanished. So wow. I came back pretty good, and I would attribute that to all my training.
Yes, yeah. You and Lachlan both do a lot of the setups and a lot of just small movements and stuff like that over a long period of time.
As in, like on the table in practice?
Training. Yeah.
We work center at like maybe maximum effort all the way down to like maybe 70%. We'll just try ourselves out working center, trying to win the center. So that's how we work. It's not necessarily minor movements, but it's just static work in the middle. I guess that helps. It really does. Just looking at the results.
Yeah.
And looking at the competition for the day now, there's an X factor because you won't quite know who the other 15 or 16 competitors. It looks like there'll be a field of around 20 athletes competing within that hour. Of course, you know who the big names are. Have you got a game plan going into this specifically for those bigger names, or how do you approach this mentally?
Well, I thought before we got on the call, I thought it was about who can stay on the longest in terms of time. Now it's down to pins, so my whole strategy has changed.
So it's going to be fast pins, and yeah, I think one of the strategies Ryan Bowen was talking about that he's going to try to implement is getting as many wins in a row as possible with flash pins until he gets exhausted, and then maybe switching to a king's move and just trying to tire people out or get such a big lead that others can't catch him. So there'll be some strategy involved in this for sure.
That's assuming he can just run through everybody for the first 15 minutes.
That's right.
I don't think he's going to be able to do that, and he's just going to put himself in a shit position later. But it all comes down to like risk and reward. I think it's like, are you willing to lose for the first half hour and then just watch everyone else get tired? That's one example, right? And then you just pick up the bits and pieces, whatever's left. As someone who's like, what's it called? Fresh. Well, not really fresh, but fresher than others.
Yeah, it's been interesting. Like when I first announced this, the last time we ran it, I put it up in the group chat and just to get some feedback on, and immediately people were trying to figure out ways they could exploit the rules, and so I had to keep adjusting different things so that it would be like, okay, you have to go up and give it your best effort every single time you get on the table. If you go up and deliberately lose, I don't want to see that. You're out. Like just that's part of the rule. You can't go up and flop your arm and there's no point doing that. So any foul, instant loss. Slip, deliberate slip, loss. Like everything is just about speed. Just get the next match. Walk up, grab your hands, go. Grab your hands, go. So I think that will mitigate a lot of the tactics of people just trying to stall or trying to hold somebody. I've also put a rule in there that if you are in a position where you can pin and you do not, then that is a loss. Like if you're deliberately just holding somebody for an extended period of time and it's very obvious that you could pin them but you're not going to.
Yeah, there's no incentive for that now, so they wouldn't be doing that.
That's right. Yeah, so it should be exciting though. There's it's a little bit unprecedented. We've done one of these before, but to see how it's going to go with some of the best guys in the Southern Hemisphere pulling on the card as well, we're going to see you guys go against each other a lot.
Yeah, fatigue levels are going to be the main issue on the day. And not necessarily everyone else, not necessarily Ryan or Mate. It's more fatigue levels. That's what's going to be the game.
And when you look at those other big names, and you've pulled all of these guys over the years, who do you think is the best endurance athlete of those three big names that you'll be competing against on the day?
It would have to be Brett. He's probably the biggest threat to everybody, in all honesty. I think it would have been Ryan if he took a different approach. He's trying to put on weight, which is not what you want to do in an endurance event, in my opinion. So I'm going to write him off a little bit. And Mate, he's shown that he can't last for too long at a high workload, which is, I'm happy for him to fucking show me otherwise. But with him, if he's got more than, say, I don't know, 10 solid arm wrestles in him before he starts gassing, or 10 solid pins, then he's going to have issues. So, yeah, myself, I have no idea. We'll see.
And what are you weighing currently?
About 100 kilos.
100 kilos seems to be optimal, doesn't it? Brett Coots reports he's 105 at the moment, and in the best 105 and setting PBs. So that's a very, very dangerous Brett Coots for an endurance event. And Ryan Bowen at 150, well, promises he'll be 115 by the day, but he's 111 now. So maybe listening to this podcast and hearing of these iterations to the rules, is it possible that he maybe cuts rather than bulks and finds himself more around that 105 mark?
No, he's in too deep now. There's no he's going back.
He's 112.3, he said this morning.
112.3, edging closer. So this is playing perhaps to your advantage, Mario.
If my strategy works, you'll see it. You'll know.
Excellent. And you've become a big international name over the last several years. So how's your calendar looking like? What's your ambitions for 2026?
Potential East versus West match in 2026. Potential. I'm hoping we can get something happening. And then Arizona State in June. So
you've become quite the mainstay there at Arizona.
Yeah, Tim Talmadge puts on a good event, and it's his 10th year. So there's going to be something special this time. So I'm really looking forward to it.
Fantastic. Well, lots to look forward to. Hollywood Matt Connelly, some interesting comments filtering through.
Yeah, we've got a few people that are saying hello. Bailey from the SA Titans is in. Hello to you, sir. He said the weather is bloody hot this week. It is very hot over here in Adelaide. I don't know what it is in Sydney, but we're around the 40-degree mark at the moment. And it's going to be worse for the rest of the week, I believe. Drew is here. Always welcome to see the Drew. And he says, can Devon enter the event? And I said, yes, anybody can enter. That would be fun. I would love Devon to enter the event. I would love to see if he can make it the whole way through and see who actually gets the pin on him. But
more importantly, the Drew can enter.
That's right. Exactly. He could. Yeah, so that's right. Well, him or one of his 23 other clones could attend the event. And Oz Texas here says tactics might be interesting. i.e., purposely losing to conserve endurance. Yes, so I did cover that. If you, if you're hiding, if you're disguising it well enough, sure. But if you go up and deliberately let your arm just flop over again and again, it's like this isn't a competition here. Like you're trying to game the system. So yes, and the Drew thankfully has also put a link up to the website here for awearmwrestling.com, and you can sign up on the website there if you want to be part of the event. Anybody can enter the show. It is no restrictions, and it's going to be here in Adelaide on January the 18th, which is a Sunday, at the Grand Chancellor Hotel on Hindley Street.
Absolutely. And Hollywood Matt Connelly, if people do want to enter this event, what do they need to do?
Well, the simplest thing is to go and register at the AWE website, awearmwrestling.com, and you can also attend on the day, and we'll sign you up and get you involved. It is a $50 entry fee, but you will be part of the event, and there'll be a couple of super matches prior to kicking things off. We're going to go with the high-end production, as we are known for with AWE, and make sure that everything looks really, really high-end. So it's going to be a great day.
Yeah, indeed. Our production team on the day are the same people that bring you the premier boxing events from around the country and combat sports events. So Australian Broadcasting Group will be on board taking care of all of that. They're best known for their work on Stan, Foxtel and Channel 7. So they are a fantastic production team. Paris and the team do an outstanding job, and it's just another effort from AWE to raise the standards and to edge our sport closer to the mainstream.
Awesome.
Yeah, we've enjoyed having you on our events previously, Mario, and specifically your match against Rickard Bornman, AWE2, and we've seen Rickard go on to really establish a name for himself in the world of arm wrestling.
Yeah.
And is that a match you'd like to run back, or do you think that he's in that heavyweight class now? You're going to sit in the 100 kilos.
I don't know. Look, I might be talking out of my ass, but I'd love a match with him. Like regardless of weight, I don't really care. I do want to see him put in a hook. That's what I want to see. I don't want to see anybody trying to top roll him anymore. I want to see what happens when someone hooks him. I don't think he's been tested in that specific spot. Not off a comp start, at least.
Well,
Yeah.
there's been rumours of an upcoming match with Jerry Caderet, but there's also been talk that Rickett might look to downsize and play amongst the sub 115 kilo guys, which would edge him closer to your weight category as well, and certainly make that matchup a little more even in terms of physicality. It does pose a very interesting question, and maybe one our friends at East versus West might even ponder and want to answer themselves.
Oh, look, I wouldn't say no, but I think he's doing amazing things at the moment too, and he's a fucking awesome guy. Great to watch, charisma. He's got that warrior spirit. It's fucking. He's really done himself well.
How did you find your match going against him in AWE2? Because I think it was Rickard's first super match he'd ever done. And obviously you were very sort of seasoned at that point, and we had sort of tipped that you would be the favourite, but it was this unknown factor about, because Rickard had been doing so well against Ryan and Lachlan and all the guys at the Kingpins Club, and it was like, oh, this guy has the X factor. It's like, well, if you could beat Mario Tambakis, then obviously you're on that level. But yeah.
Well, yeah, he got 2 rounds on me. So I mean, like, not many people in Australia can do that.
Yeah.
Even at that time. So he had that X factor, and obviously it's shown. Last 2 years is just skyrocketed. So
sure. So if you were on East versus West, any potential opponents that you'd like to go against? Like, not saying that any of this is confirmed or any rumors or anything like that, but somebody that you would like to pull.
Oh, dude. I mean, there's one guy I really want to pull is Andrei Sharkovich.
Oh yeah.
It's sort of a match that makes sense, especially if I just want to enter, like having the first match or like a debut match That would be good. Arsene Kachaturian, who Andre did verse and lost to. I really like Arsene. We have similar styles, and I think it's a fantastic puller and a technical puller. I think we could have an amazing match. And a dream match would be Paul in. So
well, I'd like to see that. That would be fun.
Very interesting.
I think I have what it takes for Paul. I think I do.
Wow, that would be a huge win if you could go up against Paul Lynn, because he has been doing amazing things in the sport for the last couple of years and really on that rise. So yeah, I'd love to see that match. This is the thing is arm wrestling is like I want to see everyone go against everybody.
Yeah, same.
and Mario, before we go, you've been putting an enormous amount of work in terms of iterating your own program for training for yourself, but also you're starting to find a bit of market for budding arm wrestlers and experienced guys alike that are just looking to get that edge and maybe formalize their training and to get a better routine together. Can you tell us a little bit about what you've been working on there?
Well, essentially, the program is very similar to Todd Hutchings' West Side Barbell style of training and structure. So that's what I've done with my little spin on it, which is more like bodybuilding, because I've always wanted to stay in shape. So I've done that and managed to work it in a way where the bodybuilding aspect sort of reinforces the arm wrestling stuff. So say, for example, we do a lot of like supination curls for our biceps, right? We don't do enough of supination in arm wrestling. So that's a way we can keep our biceps healthy and sort of mobile as well, right? Because mobility equals health in a way. And you also got to account for shoulder health as well. So it's the same principle. So it's mainly the program is to get as strong as possible and become literally indestructible. That's the idea of the program, is to be injury free year round, because that's the biggest setback. It's always the biggest setback. So that's what we're trying to avoid. And so far, so good. None of my guys have been seriously injured, and the guys that have been injured or have received some like minor shoulder issues or minor elbow issues, we've worked through with just some knowledge, some knowledge I've built up over the years, and also like consulting with Adair as well. He's very knowledgeable on stuff like that. So there's some of his stuff in there. There's some Jay Cutler inspired workout exercises in there, and there's
is that pre-exhaustion type of workouts that Jay Cutler's kind of known for, or what do you?
It's more the form. So how he slows down the eccentric, pauses at the top, pauses at the bottom, stuff like that. So I do iterate that within my in my program.
Very good.
It's a mix and mash of everything, but it works. It works.
And if people want to discover more about your programs and get arms like Jay Cutler, what might they need to do?
Just reach out to me on Instagram, and then we can go from there.
Fantastic. And so this sounds like it's quite highly personalized. You'll take the time to have a conversation with the prospective client, see what their arm wrestling goals are, what their physique goals might be. You'll share with them a program that'll help them get onto the right path and coach them personally along the way.
Yeah, there's that option as well. I have like 2 programs that I have pre-written up, which get updated roughly every 8 to 12 weeks. There's a gym only, and there's a gym and table and cable program that I offer, and both of those get updated pretty much every 8 to 12 weeks. At this stage,
that's very comprehensive, Mario.
Yeah, and you could obviously, it's a one-time fee. You just pay me one time, and you can have access to the program for forever, really.
Wow. So for only $1 million, you can access this
very low price.
Just once. Just 1 million.
Only one.
I love it. Well, we'll certainly hit up Mario on Instagram to find out more about that. And obviously, whatever you're doing in the gym and on the table is working, Mario. You're consistently getting better each and every time we see you perform. And I can only imagine 2026 is going to be massive. But in the meantime, it's going to be a fun day here in Adelaide on the 18th of January. It's going to be wonderful to see you back in AWE colours and on the table and giving it your absolute best in what is a very unique event that obviously has no impact on super match opportunities or anything like that. You can't compare it against any other format of the sport that's currently popularized by the various promotions around the world, but it is certainly an opportunity to show the world what you've got and maybe demonstrate who the very best endurance arm wrestler in the region is.
Yeah, it's definitely a different type of event. So I can't wait. I can't wait. It's gonna be fun.
Well, we can't wait to see you.
That's what Warangi has jumped in right at the end here with a do we get a happy ending? Well, maybe you'll walk away with $7,500.
It's in the contract. It's in the contract, Mate. Don't worry.
Absolutely.
Well,
all right. Well, should we wrap things up here? Thank you, everyone, for watching, and thank you for joining us here on Arm Wrestling Tonight. Thank you to Mario Tambakis for joining us as well. We will look forward to seeing you here in Adelaide next Sunday, the 18th of January, for Last Man Standing. So thank you, everybody. Have a great rest of the day.